And remember, there's always a risk when you're investing. There are no guarantees of any kind. What's up, everybody? Glad to see you up in here. We're already almost at 200 sets of eyeballs on what we're about to do right here. Thank you guys for being here. I don't want to jinx it, but I might have an opportunity to get back into radio. So I'm excited about that. That's what I was doing before I came up in here. Don't worry, I'll still be doing what I do here, but I do miss being in radio. I do like what it entails, what comes with it. Being on air, meeting the famous people, and all that kind of stuff. It's where I should be. Radio type things, speaking in front of others. That's my wheelhouse. So I'm going to try to get back up in that wheelhouse. Bardo says, anyone else have no audio? Can you guys see and hear me? Fine. Looks like it on here. Everybody, can you see me? Gayla Dennison, what's up? She says, greetings from Sacramento. I'm about 30 minutes north of you, Gayla. And maybe you'll be hearing my voice on a Sacramento radio station soon. Gayla, you never know. You never know. Yeah, everybody's saying loud and clear, so that might be you, Bardo. That might be a person, no problem. Think about what you think about, says careful, JG. The FCC might not be able to handle the truth. Well, I was on radio before, and I was the same as I am now. So I know to watch my language. I know what they say, know the room. I definitely do. JM says, can you say hot damn on the radio? I think you can. Prepped review. Stay safe, Rambro. You must have been with me for a long time to know that was my radio name back in the day. I don't know what it's going to be this time, but back in the day, that was my name, Rambro. Leyland Phillips, greetings, Jericho, from Mohawk Indian Reservation in northern New York. Thank you for being here as well. See, and growing up, and I'm sure this is for other places too, but in California, New York, the whole city the whole state is New York City, to a certain extent. Just like living here in California, Southern California is all LA, even though there are a bunch of different cities and inland and on the coast and all that kind of shit. But if you don't go there, you don't live there, somewhere like that, you just see it all as just one big fucking New York City or one big Los Angeles or something like that. But yeah, there's definitely an upstate. I remember visiting a buddy of mine, shout out to Anthony up there in Buffalo, and it was like an 8-hour train ride from New York City. So yeah, New York, there's much more to New York than New York City. Jay Johnson says, what up, Jericho, from the ATL? What's going on here? ATL is a pretty crazy place. It's pretty wild down there. Cassandra R. Cassandra. Hello, Roseburg, Oregon, in the building. The left coast. Joe V816. Jericho, what are you going to play on that piano? Nothing. Fall for looks, aesthetics, if you will. Let's see. James Salinas. Hello from San Antonio, Texas. Bardo, you're back. We're good, looking good, sounding good. All right. Jay Johnson says Buckwild. Man, where's Buckwild? I know exactly what that means. David Petts, greeting from Wales, my good sir. Is that how they talk in Wales? Wales, it sounds like it. Darling, let's go vacation in Wales. Is that the more posh accent there? Is it, Is it like that? Is it the accent of the chimney sweeps in Mary Poppins? The governor do. Donnie Dixon, you sound like a radio personality. Live on the radio, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, so it's time to hang out with Donnie Dixon. Hello from South Carolina, y'all. David Pett says you're way off. Okay. Thanks, David. I appreciate that. You're way off. Michael Coulter, Jericho Green. What's up, big dog? Shout out from Houston, Texas. That's right, Bartow. That Daily Cockney. The kind of accent you might hear in a Guy Ritchie movie. You're gonna give me all the money. Trip Smythe. Greetings, Jericho. SoCal here. See, you know what I mean. When you're from up north, man, SoCal, all of it's LA. And that turns out to be an insult. Will Parker says, YouTube recommended the Jesse Smollett videos of yours. Still great. You call it from the beginning. Called it from the beginning. Thank you. Thank you, though. Thank you. Think about what you think about two neighbors, Beaver and the Gooch. Beaver's not far from that Gooch, is it? That skin bridge. Florida trucker, you son bitch. Welcome back, man. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here. Francis Orchid says, shout out CDA ID. Is that Idaho? Somewhere in Idaho? What does that mean? Vinny Savoy. Never seen it spelled that way. Vinay? Gotta be one of those. Thanks, Jericho. Always a great stream. Much love from Colorado, where it's play. It is, man. Colorado got some California on it. Sorry about that. We were messy and we splattered some California on Colorado. My bad. BM Proct _Bill says, love your impression of Janet Yellen. Oh, Janet Yellen, that little troll who clutches the purse strings of America. That little shit. Okay, thank you, Barto. Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Shout out to Coeur d'Alene. Shout out to everybody all around this fucking globe, this country, this world. Foghorn, Leghorn, I say. Greetings from the illegals, Asylum capital of Georgia. Oh, Mads says we out here repping the east coast of Canada land. Thank you, Mads. Always here. Thank you. We get some love from Canada. A lot of Canadians down here, eh? Think about what you think about. I love your impression of LeBron talking to China. Alan Byrne from Ireland says, stop the world, I want to get off. No, Alan, we need you. We need you. All the good people cannot leave. We have to stay here and fix this shit. Ken H. Sr., howdy from Firebase, Oakland, California. Man, keep your head down and your powder dry. That place is a MFN war zone. Used to be nice. I remember going up there every year for the Black Cowboy Parade with my some of my dad's side of the family lived in Oakland, and it was at Merritt Lake, Ken. And they had a huge car show that went around and stuff. It was great, man. Horses and all kinds of shit. But damn, it has changed. Mr. Comic 2009 says you have a face for radio. Thanks, man. Mike Coulter, nice impression of Edith Bunker. JG, LOL, I'll be looking for you tonight on Double Impact. That is right, people. Lake Merritt. Thanks, Kim. That is right, people. It is Wednesday tonight, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Don't worry, I'll put the links and all that shit on my YouTube page. Matter of fact, I'll do that right now. Myself, Gabe, Sean, what do? We break down action movies from the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, scene by scene. And tonight, tonight. What is it? It's Arnold Vember. Yeah, it's a bombing there. So we're doing Arnold movies all week. And today is True Lies. I believe 1994's True Lies. Good movie. Great movie. So bam, there's the link to and I'll pin it to the top. So there's the link to Gabe's channel. So you hit that link, and then that'll take you right to his channel, and then you will be there with us tonight, 6 p.m., to talk about True Lies. Like I said, 1994. So that was a time before we knew what celebrities thought in their private lives, what they thought about politics and social issues. Two perfect examples, the two main stars of True Lies, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jamie Lee Curtis. We now know that she's a psychopath jackass with a Ku Klux trans member as a child. And Arnold, you know how he said, yeah, screw your freedoms when it came to getting the poke and putting on masks and all the things we know to be complete horse shit. So back then, we didn't know that. We just knew that they were actors. That's all. But now we know what they think. Boo! Boo! Keep your mouth shut. We don't care. Jay Reason, what up, man? Oh, man. What's going on? I'm glad you're here. Do you find yourself on a Sunday, Monday, or Thursday not able to consume NFL football? Do you find yourself during basketball season or baseball season not able to see what you want? Well, I have a solution. Not in front of a TV. Then you need to check out my man, Jay Reason. He streams it all, does a great job. The aesthetics of his channel, the way he runs his channel, the way he gives the play-by-play. Extremely talented, supremely talented. So check that shit out. Thanks, Jay. He also says True Lies is one of my favorite movies. Yeah, man. It has a little bit of everything. It's a little James Bondy in the beginning. You see family Arnold, hey, good morning, kissing his wife on the cheek. Then he's like the super spy and shit with Tom Arnold. And then that was also a time where our enemies in real life were our enemies in the movies, meaning if we were in a Cold War during the 80s and the enemies in the action movies were a bunch of Russian dudes. And at this time, we must have been having some beef. We were hot off the heels of the Gulf War, so we still had a problem with people in the desert. So that's who the bad guy is in this movie. Now, I see Ron Bush, he says, screw Arnold. Yes, screw him. He's a communist jackass, and if it were up to me, he would be on the first thing smoking back to the mountains of Austria in his later hosen. But back then, we didn't know that, and it is a good movie. And I don't like them taking that shit from me. These are things that we are entertained by. These are positive memories that we have from our childhood and our youth, and to be done with that, to not enjoy those things anymore. Fuck that. Exactly, Quentin with his Nazi dad. Maybe they can Stig Heil each other until they come. But you ain't taking that shit away from me. I enjoy those movies, and it was back before we knew what the fuck was rattling around in that empty ass Holly weird pervert mind of yours. Because I'm sure the fact that Jamie Lee Curtis was on set and not at home raising her. What does she have? She either has a daughter that is a son and a son that wants to be a daughter. I don't know. She was hanging out with Cher too much. But what's her son's name? Something but Chaz. Chaz Bono. So obviously, if you guys were at home raising your children, they wouldn't turn out to be a couple psychopath perverts. But hey, what's done is done, I guess, huh? Matt, she says, Cher is crazy as fuck. She's nuttier than squirrel shit. She's the most recent celebrity is saying that if Trump wins, I'm leaving. Don't wait till then. Go now. Get a head start. Jump the gun. BM Prot underscore Bill. I'm sorry, I'm saying that wrong. It feels like I'm saying that. I used to like Robert De Niro. Yeah, you talking to me? You talking to me? Robert De Niro was a great actor, but then with social media, oh, now I know what you think. Boo. Matt says Pamela Anderson left the U.S. because of Trump. Well, good for you. Respect to you for sticking to your guns and keeping your word. You said you would leave if Trump got elected, and you did. I respect that. I really do. I respect that. So good for Pamela Anderson. Boy, she don't look like she used to, huh, fellas? She will make your penis lose blood. Yeah, LF 2021, Pamela Anderson is still alive. But hey, she stuck to it. She kept her promise. I respect that. But these other celebrities who talk that shit and then you stay, come on. Ozma, that's right. Pamela Anderson's Canadian, eh? Tripped me out when I found out. I thought she was American, born and bred. She's from America's hat. But that's all right. Like I said, I respect her. You kept your word. I'll hold a tiny place in my heart for you always, Pamela Anderson. Even though you gave us Barbed Wire, which was I don't know, an hour and 45-minute piece of shit. Just imagine taking a shit for an hour and 45 minutes. And I don't mean taking a shit for like 20 minutes and then the other hour and 25 minutes you're on your phone till your legs fall asleep. I'm talking about actual turds coming out for an hour and 45 minutes. That was Barbed Wire. You know, let me talk to you because I know you're watching Pamela Anderson. And if you're not, Mads, you're up there. When you see her, you tell her I said this. You pissed me off, Pamela Anderson, because what was this, 1996? So I'm 16 years old, maybe going on 17 years old, and I hear that Pamela Anderson is going to be in an R-rated action movie. Guys, what does that mean? That means we are going to see some titties. So the movie comes out, and what do they not show? Titties. You're Pamela Anderson. You're known for your tits. You're known for probably the first sex tape ever with Tommy Lee, and you don't show your titties in a rated R action movie? I don't know if I can forgive you for that. Because that's what I was wanting to see. Don't talk shit now, fellas. You know, if you were around in a certain age, that's what you wanted to see too. Gayla, yes, they're fake ones. But they're fake what? Titties. All titties are welcome. If men could build a titty colony, all titties are welcome. But they're slow. Get in here, girl. RJJ, Barbed Wire, massive disappointment. It was. And it was a big budget movie. This wasn't a low budget USA up all night, you know, Tromaville bullshit. This was a big blockbuster movie. Zach Calleja says Jericho wanted to spend the evening with Pamela Henderson. That's right, Rosie Palm and her 5 sisters. We all know them. Is there a love connection going on here? Robin sending heart emojis, Mark sending heart emojis. What's going on? Yeah, it was a Duke. It was and you know, whatever, however long it was a bowel movement. That movie was a bowel movement. Patricia Meach, hope I'm saying that right. Appreciate you. Preach. Robin Spielman, David Hasselhoff. Ew. Hey, the older Hoff, when I think of, unfortunately, and through no fault of my own, when I think David Hasselhoff, the first thing that pops into mind is what's the when did that happen? Remember this might have been it had to be the early 2000s when everything was starting to be filmed and everybody had a cell phone. He came home drunk, was laying on the floor in front of his front door in the foyer, and he's eating like a double cheeseburger from like Jack in the Crack. And the patty, when he bites it, the patty and all the shit sliding out of the bun. He got shit all over his mouth. He was drunk as hell, like sloppy drunk. and he was talking shit to his daughter. He was like a teenage daughter who was filming it. And he was like, "Hey, the fuck are you looking at, you motherfucker?" It was crazy. So that's the first thing that pops into mind when I think of David Hasselhoff. But the next in line is when he was standing on top of the Berlin Wall singing "Freedom." And what did he have? Hold on a second. We got to find the jacket he had on. David Hasselhoffen, yeah. He's big in Germany too, probably because of his name. Jacket, Berlin Wall. Yeah, freedom. New Year's Eve, 1989. That was some shit, man. That was what a time to be alive. The Hoff was standing on top of the Berlin Wall. Tear down that wall. Hold on, I'm trying to get a picture of the back of the jacket. Because David Hasselhoff. And even at the time, they were like, David Hasselhoff? That's who you got on the Berlin Wall? It was, even at the time, it was a strange selection, but it happened. Freedom. All right, looks like it's not going to show the back of the jacket, but I'll get you guys a picture so you can see what I mean. If you were too young, maybe you weren't alive then, and you don't remember. You remember? Hey, fool, you remember? But it was like this bedazzled jacket. Somebody tell me, what did it say on the back of his jacket? Because I can't see a picture with the back of it, but you can see how like there's little lights on. He had the damn piano key scarf. It was cold over there in Deutschland. But he has like these bedazzled like lights, and I can't remember. It said something on the back of his jacket. But that shit was crazy as hell. Oh man. And then of course, Knight Rider. Oh, Gayla says Ricky Nelson got killed that night. Really? Like like the, was it singer actor Ricky Nelson? The Nelson brothers, right? Freedom. Florida Trucker says he has a piece of that wall. That's crazy. I would like a piece of the Berlin Wall. That's history, man. That was the real communism. The communism that these blue-haired, granola-headed, soft handshake dirt fuckers have, that they pleasure themselves to every night. The dream of communism that they think they want here. We'll just let the government take care of it. Well, Germany was dealing with some real shit. And their communist government decided, well, we're going to put a wall down the middle of this bitch. And on one side, you're going to have everything. And on the other side, you ain't going to have shit. And if you think you're going to hop this wall and go over to the fun side, wrong. We're going to put armed guards on the wall. And if you try, we'll shoot you. Is that what you want, you idiots? Mark Berchet says, I've stood on it too, U.S. Army. That must have been crazy, man. What an experience to stand on history. Literally stand on history, to stand on the Berlin Wall. That's wild. What an experience. Patrick C. Hoff killed him for his jacket. I don't think David Hasselhoff killed Ricky Nelson. I just don't. I'm going to have to fact check you on that one. You're going to get fact checked, bro. Ozma says the jacket just had tiny flashing electric lights all over. Okay, maybe that's just what my brain. Maybe it didn't say anything on the back of his jacket, but I damn sure remember those lights. Oh shit! 1989. That was the end of the 80s. Son of a bitch. Ken H. Senior says, "You want me on the wall? You need me on that wall." I wish they felt that way about the wall on our southern border. That'd be nice. I'd like to see somebody up on that wall. I'd like to see some hard charging leather neck devil dog marines on that fucking wall if they finished building it. Diesel, what up, fucker? He says, Dad was Army. I lived there from 79 to 83. Wow, you have any memories of it? Do you have any memories of just you having strudel for breakfast, y'all? Alexis V, 1411, what up? Oh, Foghorn Leghorn, I say. Earthquake at the World Series in 1989. Oh, yes. Was that October 17th? That was either October 17th or October 27th. Earthquake, 89. Bishop, 1989. That might help Google. 17th. My father-in-law's birthday. RIP to you, Sean. Yeah, everybody in California. If you're in the, Northern California, Southern California, they didn't feel it, but Northern California, you know where you were. You know exactly what you were doing. Everybody remembers that. I was at karate class at a rec center in Salinas, and the building started shaking. Then my dad came running in, and we went home. Fortunately, all we lost was a coffee mug because we were in the Salinas area, so we weren't close to the fault line. That was more of Watsonville and Hollister. Those people got really fucked up. Yeah, you know where you were 1989, October 17th. Especially if you were in the Bay Area. I remember seeing on TV the Bay Bridge, the parts that collapsed, people being crushed under the bridge. It was fucking crazy. Fires. It was wild, man. It really was. Never forget that. I've never known how to pronounce this. Krilly NY1. He says, "Hey JG, what was the final straw post that made you unfollow me on IG?" I was hoping I would run into you somehow so I could explain this to you. So here's what did it. We have differing opinions, and well, of course, you guys don't know because this is like on my personal page, but this is somebody who followed me. I follow them. We don't see eye to eye on the quote unquote systemic racism in America, reparations, and all that kind of shit, right? But one thing we do agree on is illegals got to go, and they're fucking up everything, and they're taking resources from American citizens. So we've always agreed on that. It was like a agree to disagree kind of on most issues. And he's been, respectful to me in comments and stuff like that. And I hope I've been respectful to him. But what did it for me was I posted something, and I don't remember what it was, but you wrote in the comments that I was an agent for white people. And that was just a bridge too far. That was, I saw it as, how can I follow somebody who's going to insult me? I thought that was insulting. It didn't hurt my feelings or anything, but it was an insult. So I felt like, what kind of man am I if somebody insults me, but I still allow them to follow me? Or I don't know how that shit works, but for me to follow them, that I couldn't compute. I couldn't reconcile the two. So that's what made me unfollow you, is that you called me an agent for white people. I don't know. There's life throws so many things at you that you can't control, that when I come across something that I can control, like cutting out negative comments, then I do that. And that, sir, is why I unfollowed you on IG. I hope that answered your question. And I hope that if I'm ever in New York City, and I run into you, maybe we can shake hands and have a conversation. But that's just not something I wanted to deal with. And see. But what are we going to deal with today? Oh, boy. And I hope you heard all that. I hope you didn't wait and then like, oh, he's not going to read it. And then you left and didn't hear what I just said. But that's what it is. Hey, critical thinker, don't come in here with that shit. Eagles. The Eagles are so much better than the Eagles. Eagles are about to have a skewer stuck up. They're about to have a spit stuck up their ass and slow roasted by those 49ers of SF. But generous people. What up, Mopar girl? She says, hey. Thank you for the Hamilton. That reminds me, I don't know, is this considered a dad joke? It's one of my favorite jokes ever. And every time I get an opportunity, I say it. What do gay horses eat for lunch? Hey. That shit is funny. I don't know why, but I love that joke. Hey. Simeon Merriweather. Thank you, brother, for the $2 super sticker. Jay Reason. I'm telling you, people, you know, follow that boy. I like the way you think, man. He says paying a fee because there is no such thing as free advertising. Much love, bro. Hey, anytime, man. I mean it. If I don't mean it, I won't say it. That's how I fucking feel, man. Jamie. Oh, and tonight in True Lies, his daughter's name is Dana, and there's a scene. Spoiler alert! There's a scene later in the movie where she's on the front of a jet and he's yelling her name, Dana, Dana. Oh, so fucking annoying. Jamie, he says, thank you, man. He said, did you pick the name Jericho after the Jericho 941 Baby Eagle? Can you have that one in California? Probably not. But no, I did not pick the name Jericho after the Baby Desert Eagle, as cool as that sounds. But in case you guys don't know, and maybe some of you don't, especially if you're like newer, Jericho Green is not my real name. I chose it. I didn't want to use my real name because there's a lot of weirdos out there. But I chose the name Jericho Green from my two favorite movies as a kid, Action Jackson and The Last Dragon. In Action Jackson, the main character's name, Carl Weathers, his character name is Jericho Jackson. And in The Last Dragon, the main character's name is Leroy Green. So I just took Jericho and Green. And here we are almost 6 years later. Mm-hmm. Strong and grand. Thank you, Willie Hamilton. It's sad that a lot of entertainers I like over the years showed their massive TDS and lack of rationality. Good thing is I'm saving money on not watching their commie crap anymore. True that. Everybody doesn't need to know everything. Everything that comes into your mind, your heart does not need to be said. And I wish those entertainers would just do that. Just entertain. It's not that hard, is it? Now, I'm not saying because you're an entertainer, you have no right to voice your opinion. Not at all. But voice it somewhere else, not in the things we come to see you for, the entertainment. And they have their opinions and we have ours. You know, they can say screw your freedoms and we can say fuck you, go back to Austria. It's all right, man. It's America. Mr. Kojak, who loves you, baby. Thank you. Says Jay Reason, best way to catch the game if you can't watch the game. Woo! That's every time you send a super chat to Jay Reason, he does the Ric Flair. Woo! And it's one of my favorite t-shirts that I have. You know, the rap group Wu-Tang. It has a picture of Ric Flair going, woo! And then it says Tang next to it. Pretty smart. But Ric Flair is the man. But what do I not like about Ric Flair? The fact that he did the Flair chop, because my brother, we'd watch wrestling when we were younger, and he was older than me, and he would give me the Flair chop. And if you don't know what that is, that's a backhand right across your chest, the flare chop. Boom. DMW shots. What up, man? Thank you. Weapon X Jericho, you should have called yourself Show Nuff. No, he was the bad guy. Fuck Show Nuff and his comically dressed crew. Fuck him. I was all about Leroy Green. I've been waiting a long time for this, Leroy. I am sick of hearing these bullshit Superman stories about that legendary Bruce Leroy catching bullets with his teeth. Catching bullets with his teeth. Nigga, please. The purple one, what's up? Glad to see you here. Leroy Green. Jay Reason says, trash. I cannot wait until Beagles versus 49ers. Yeah, man, that was wrong what they did to your Bills, man. That was wrong. But we're going to put all that talk to rest. You know, last year the Niners played the Eagles in the NFC Championship game. Our quarterback gets hurt, third string, fourth string. Christian McCaffrey's out there fucking about to take snaps. So we will put all of that to bed on Sunday. Yes. Teron Isaac, you got that glow. That's right, man. And sure enough, had the red glow first. Fuck that. Leroy had the golden glow. Well, you see the appearance of a sublime glow all over your body. Jay Reason, JG, we need to do a joint interview with Ric Flair. Man, you set that shit up right now. I would love to have an interview with Ric Flair, the Nature Boy. Woo! I'm down. I'm down. Mark Brachet, Wu-Tang Clan. I'm part of that group too, but it's Wu-Tang. I'm part of that Poontang group too. So the illegal. Did you know that some illegals are actually heading back home because the conditions in America aren't up to their standards? It's not what they thought it would be. Maybe you should have looked on that phone that our U.S. government probably gave you and Google New York City conditions, you idiots. You get no sympathy from me. You came up here illegally, so I don't give a damn what kind of conditions you came into. I guarantee you the worst day in America is better than the best day wherever the fuck you came from. Guarantee you that. One guy was like, it's cold. Yeah, it's cold in New York in late November. Where are you? Where were you on that one? Come on, man. Get the fuck out of here. You didn't know it was cold in New York City in November? Also, even BLM can see the light. Some BLM representative was like, hey, the Democrat Party's not for black folks. Roll Raggy? Where were you? Were you with that same dumb illegal who didn't know that it's cold in Nueva York in November? Come on, man. Also, Sloppy Joe, hi, he tried to be funny. He was trying to be funny. We are doing lives again, Creole Lady. Oh, we're doing it. Doing it and doing it and doing it. Wow. What's that actress's name? Hold on a second. What's her name? Something Blair. Selma Blair. That's her name. Selma Blair was somewhere and they were doing something for disabled Americans. Finally, doing something for normal American citizens. And she has a service dog with her, and a real service dog, not these assholes out in public who just bring their fucking dog. It's my service dog. I don't see a little vest on that thing. I don't see any certifications. That's not your service dog. That's just your dog. And you decided to bring his filthy, flea-bitten ass in here in the grocery store and put his bare little asshole on the cart that I'm going to put my groceries in when I come here after you left, and I didn't see you do that. So now I got your dog's butthole juice on my groceries. That's not a service dog, you bitch. That's a dog. Service dogs are trained. They don't make noise. They don't climb up on shit. They don't put their paws on people. They don't bark because they're trained. Your dog just piddled in the bread aisle. So obviously that little four-legged shit is not trained. Ergo, it's not a service dog. Now, your dog might service you when you get home. You might take some Skippy and rub it on certain parts of your body, and your dog gets down on it. Is that the kind of service you're talking about? Fuck out of here. Service dog. And that's another one. Emotional support. I sat next to a lady one time on an airplane, and she had an emotional support pug on her lap the whole time. Tell me if I'm wrong, but if you need an emotional support dog, maybe you should stay in the house. Maybe you and the Amazon driver should be like this because you get all your shit delivered because you're not allowed to come outside. Emotional support dog? What does that even mean? How does your dog sitting there licking its balls and asshole support you emotionally? Is it just because you get to pet it? That shit's crazy to me. Kevin Mitchell, comfort animals owners sometimes lie. Fuck yeah, they do. Leave that damn thing at home. So emotional. Fucking stop. Emotional support dog. She sat there with that dirty little shit. I kept moving my leg over because I didn't want his fucking hair to get on me. Fucking crazy. Emotional. This is my service dog. Anyway, she was somewhere. I thought they went to the White House or something. And she comes up on stage and she tells her dog, sit, stay. And Sloppy Joe is right there and he like acts like he's going to sit down too. Oh, me too. Oh, fucking idiot. What? Me too. Were you talking to me? Leyland Phillips, you ever seen a dude with an emotional support alligator? Yeah, then fuck it. We can all have emotional support. This is my emotional support giraffe. This is my emotional support ferret. God, man, that shit is. Are we that weak? Are we that weak that we have emotional support animals? How does an animal who doesn't speak your language emotionally support you? How? It can't speak to you. It can't talk you down. It can't say, it'll be all right. It can just sit there and go, that's it. Fuck out of here, man. That shit is so dumb. And yeah, when people put their dogs in the cart, that's what happens. Some people put a blanket or something under. I don't think a dog, an animal should not, unless it is a real live service dog, beasts should not be allowed where we have our food. We had this customer when I used to work at TJ's, and she was blind, and she had a service dog, a little wasn't a goat, it was like a not, it was a lab, but it was like the yellow labs or whatever. And she needed it because she was blind. It wasn't for emotional support. It kept her from going out in traffic and shit like that. It was for safety. And of course, there's a level of companionship that comes with a dog. You got a heart, don't you? Right? Of course, you love that thing. It becomes a companion. That's all well and good. But this dog served a purpose. And she had to have, and really, it got to a point where she would stay by the front door and she had a list and she would give it to us and we would just gather her stuff for her. So the dog really just went in the front door to the cash register and they dipped out. Kevin mentioned the New York comfort rats. Plenty of those. Everybody in New York City should be emotionally comforted from all those fucking emotional support rats. They should all be emotionally supported because all the support rats running over their feet. But if your dog doesn't have a real life purpose, keep that filthy motherfucker out of the grocery store where we buy our food. It's bad enough with humans in there. Now you got to bring dogs. What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm telling you, man, if I was King Jericho, there'd be a brigade going around this country with car antennas in their hands, just whooping the shit out of people. You got pajama pants on, tug them down. I don't want to hear it. You should have put pants on, tug them down. That's 5 lashings across that ass for you. Is your dog a service dog? Oh, well, no. You get 5 lashings too. Shit like that. Just dumb shit violations like that. My brigade, my car antenna brigade will come and find you and give you your lashings. And Burbank, California is dead. It's gone. Somehow, some way, we need to figure out how to cut it out of California. Burbank, California may or may not sound familiar, but that's where pretty much all of your TV shows and your movies come from. There's a ton of movie studios and TV studios there. So your favorite movies and what makes you chuckle at night or what you binge watch probably comes from Burbank, California. And the mayor of Burbank, California has lost his mind. Bobby Henderson, dumb shit violations. Yeah, I mean, nothing, no one's getting hurt. But what the fuck are you doing? Huh? Pajama pants for sure. Your kids are out here acting stupid, being little feral animals running around, fucking with stuff. Foul language, unruly. Yeah, come here. But I don't want to be mean to them. Yeah, whatever. Come here. You're getting 5 lashings too. You're getting 5 lashings per child. Get that little shit together. We have to come out in society. We have to be around each other. So we need to be on our best behavior. And I can't have your little mongrels running around being little bastards because you don't want to do your job at home. So my car antenna brigade will come see you. And maybe you'll learn. Maybe you'll learn, or like the people with the emotional support animals, maybe you and the UPS and the FedEx and the Amazon guy are going to be like this because you got to stay home and you get everything delivered because you don't know how to discipline your children. Shit like that. You loud and ghetto in public? No. Car antenna brigade, get him. Get him, you hot Cheeto eating son of a bitch. Get him. You can't act like that out in public. You can't be loud and cussing and shit and being an asshole. I hear you before I see you. You homeless? You acting like a crazy son of a bitch? You're harassing people? You're yelling and screaming? Car antenna brigade, hook him up. But he's mentally unstable. Well, he's going to learn this. I can't act like this here. Tighten it up. Get your shit off the sidewalk. We got lakes and streams. I don't want to smell you before I see you. Clean your disgusting ass up. Oh, and another thing, unhoused person, give me your dog. Oh, but it's my companion. It's for protection. No, that dog does not want to be laying on the pavement while you're losing your mind off of your fentanyl addiction with no shots and no exercise and no steady diet. That dog doesn't want to live like that. Look at the hair patches missing and shit. Hell no. Give up that dog. The dog don't need to be living like that. You shouldn't be living like that. But at least you have a choice. The dog don't have a choice to be out here with your crazy ass. Boy, I'm telling you, that car antenna brigade will be busy. Whatever their dominant army is going to look like Popeye, because they're just going to be wearing people out. Take those fucking pajama pants off. Anyway, don't get me started. But listen to this cuckoo for Cocoa Puff son of a bitch right here. This is not somebody who's running for mayor. This is not somebody who wants to be a politician. This guy is the mayor. He is the acting mayor of Burbank, California. him and Gavin Newsom probably cuddle. Who's the big spoon and the little spoon? I don't know. But this dude is the mayor of Burbank, California, and this is what he thinks. Let me share the screen with you. You guys need to be a part of this. Cigar box, Gavin Newsom wannabe. He's getting close. He needs to be more of a filthy commie. Bug says elected or placed. You decide. But this is some of the craziest shit you will hear today. I promise.
Transformative change in our society to move to a policeless state.
What?
Meaning the fundamental understanding of how we convict, catch, chase crime and criminology and treat people in jails and prisons and all of that is flawed. We are still living in sort of a quasi, 20th century ideology of you do something bad, you got to get punished. That works when you're 5. So as an abolitionist, my policies resonate with the average American. Nobody wants to go to jail. Nobody wants to have rampant crime. Nobody wants to see people stuck in prison for the rest of their lives and not have an opportunity to grow and learn and change and give back to society. Complete transformative change in our society to move to a policeless state. Meaning the fundamental understanding.
A policeless state. What do you think that looks like? Well, you don't have to wonder. You want to look at San Fran shithole. You want to look at Oakland. You want to look at Chicago, LA. Anywhere else you see these smash and grabs. Anywhere else you see people walking out of the fucking Nike store loaded down, just snatching armfuls of shit off the shelves. Going into stores, just grabbing shit, just clearing the whole shelf into your cart. You don't have to wonder. Before an elected or selected official to say this out loud? What? Are you serious, dog? Serious as hell. But do you think where he lives is going to be policeless? You think he's going to give up on the police and security? Of course not. Klaus Schwab's hubris. Why are you green screening your actual living room? That's not my living room. I promise you. Someday. With my talents and your help, I hope to have a living room like that someday, but that's not my living. Weird shit. So what do you think's going to happen? Okay, Mayor Ding Dong. So you have a magic wand, and you probably already have one. It's pink with a white tip. So you can wave your little magic wand and poof, policeless city of Burbank. What do you think that's going to look like? Do you think the criminals and the criminal element, the gangbangers, the robbers, the stick-up kids, the drug dealers, what do you think they're going to do? Do you think they're going to come to the center of town and put down all of their Mac 10s and the Glocks with switches and the Dracos and all that shit? You think they're going to lay those guns down in the center of the city and say, citizens of Burbank, we are aware of the disappearance of law enforcement in the city, and we want to assure you that we will no longer be a problem. We will not commit crimes. We will assimilate. We will, hopefully, you will allow us to be absorbed into the community as law-abiding citizens. No longer will we terrorize you, rob you, and kill you or each other. We are done. Since there's no law enforcement, there will be no more lawbreakers. Just a show of solidarity, a show of good faith. We are going to lay down our weapons and be good boys and girls. You think that would happen? You think that's what's going to happen? Or do you think the criminals are going to lick their fucking chops because there's nobody to come and help you? And I'm sure this asshole has done everything he can to remove or diminish the gun laws in the city of Burbank. Do you think the criminals are going to go, Hello, homeowner, local criminal out here. Do you have a firearm to protect yourself? You don't? Okay, we will move on to a resident who does because we want it to be an even playing field. We don't want to take advantage of your lack of a firearm. Have a good night. You think that's what's going to happen, you fucking idiot? Or you think it's going to be horrible for the citizens of Burbank? Because now the police won't be showing up. They don't exist anymore. Or if you wanted to do that, are you going to tell the citizens of Burbank, you now have constitutional carry? Since I took the police force away, I want you to be your own police force. So you are free to have and carry as many guns as you want. You think he's going to do that? Probably not. A policeless society. What does that look like? Not good for us.
Understanding of how we convict, catch, chase crime and criminology and treat people in jails and prisons and all of that is flawed. We are still living in sort of a quasi, 20th century ideology of you do something bad, you got to get punished.
So things from the 20th century are bad? We should abandon tradition? We should abandon things that are tried and true? Is that what you're saying? Just because we've crossed over into a new century, we got to change everything? And yeah, you do something bad, you get punished. That's how it works. If you don't want to get punished, then do not do anything bad. Yeah, it works for 5-year-olds, and it works for 25-year-olds and 35 and 45 and 55-year-olds too. What are you talking about? Do you think that people can be rehabilitated? Is that what you think? You think you can make somebody change their ways before they're ready to change them? Well, you obviously don't have any addicts or junkies or drug addicts in your fucking family because it don't work that way. The entire family can be at your feet begging you to change your ways. We've taken your children. We took your children. And you're still out there chasing the fucking pipe, chasing the needle, chasing the bottle. You can't make people do shit that they're no matter how detrimental it is to them and the people around them. They don't give a fuck. So you're supposed to allow all these crazy people to run around the streets of Burbank with no punishment? You're going to send social workers out there to talk to them. Come here, blood. Come here, Crip. You two sit down, one on this side, one on the other, and we're going to hash this out. Fucking psychopath.
That works when you're 5. So as an abolitionist,
An abolitionist. Why are you an abolitionist? What do you want to abolish other than the police? Which on its own is a fucking nightmare. As an abolitionist, we don't want abolitionists.
my policies resonate with the average American. Nobody wants to go to jail. Nobody wants to have rampant.
Nobody wants to be robbed. Nobody wants their family member to be gunned down for the contents of their fucking purse. But it happens. So that's where you come in, dumb. That's where you come in, Gavin Newsom's plug. You know, Gavin Newsom is the plug. This dude's definitely the outlet. He's definitely a catcher. So this is where you come in to ensure the safety of your constituents, not to abolish shit, but to keep them safe and prosperous.
Crime. Nobody wants to see people stuck in prison for the rest of their lives and not have an opportunity to grow and learn and change and give back.
Who? Who doesn't want to see people locked up in jail for the rest of their life? It depends on what you did. Are you fucking serious? Who doesn't want to see that? People who commit horrible, heinous crimes, there's a bunch of people that want to see them rot in prison and die. Let's start with the victim's family. If they got to be there, they got to be there. And if they have to die there, watch my shoulders. Watch. Watch. I don't care. If that's what you deserve, then that's what you need to get. Fuck, man, this dude is nuttier than squirrel shit. Nobody wants to commit crime. Nobody wants to. Yeah, I want them to stay in jail forever. Ask the people that live in the neighborhoods that they fucking terrorize if they want little so-and-so to be locked up forever. They want these motherfuckers out here with their shit all over their face and tattoos on their mouth and shit in their neck, gang banging and terrorizing them. You ask them if they want them to stay locked up for a while. Holy hell. Burbank. See ya. See ya, Burbank. Oh, man. Say it isn't so. Burbank, you are fucked. He said a policeless society. Ooh, oy vey. Crazy as hell. All right, you guys want to laugh at Joe Biden? Why not? Let's cleanse our palate with laughing at sloppy Joe. Laughing at his sloppiness. Oh, your sloppiness. Right away, your sloppiness. Good boy. Good boy. Let's run this one back. And I didn't know this lady had an ailment. I didn't know she was struggling with whatever she's struggling with. All right.
Down. Good boy. Stay. Yes, stay. I feel so.
Yeah, me too. I'm surprised he could stand back up. I'm surprised you didn't see dust come out of his joints when he bent over like that. Yeah, me too. Me too, Poochie. Yeah.
Down. Good boy. Stay. Yes, stay. I feel so powerful.
Yeah, maybe they'll forget about how I fucked up their country if I make jokes. Hey there, young lady. A little old for my taste, but I'll sniff your hair. Yeah, upstairs and downstairs. Yeah, I'll sniff it all. Yeah. Jill! Frank Bauer says she was talking in joke. Oh, shit. Oh, man. He's ours. That fool belongs to America. Can you believe that shit? Oy. Oy. That fool belongs to us. Damn it. Yeah, me too. It's a little joke. A little joke there. I'm always joking. I don't sniff children's hair. New York Post, what you got? What you got, New York Post? Oh, look at that. Chicago mayor blames predecessor right-wing extremism for city's woes. The right wing did that to Chicago. Yep, it's the right-wing conservatives who did that to Chicago. The fuck, man? You got to be kidding me. They just say shit like that out loud with no challenge. Nobody challenges them. Nobody goes against them. Nobody says, hey, you're full of shit. He's allowed to sit there and blame right-wing extremism for what ails Chicago. Actually, you know what? Damn it, I spoke too soon. My bad, Mayor Brandon Johnson of Chicago, and the little bug-eyed puss eater who was there ahead of you. I spaced out. Dude, I totally spaced, bro. I forgot. There is a right-wing extremist stronghold in Chicago. Son of a bitch. I can't believe I forgot this. There is one. Remember? That's the same part of town that had the white supremacists. You know, they threw the bleach on the queer boy, on the queer nigger. Juicy Mouth, or whatever his name was. That's right. Them white sons of bitches tracked him down in a dadgum polar vortex, man. You know what that means? A polar vortex. That means that the damn temperatures was minus 21. Now, forget the fact that bleach freezes at 18 fucking degrees, man. That's not the point. That little home in a sectional was out there trying to get a sandwich from Subway. You know, the world famous delicious Subway fucking sandwich that you can find anywhere. And them two boys, they bundled up to go out there in the dadgum polar vortex. And like I said, it was a minus 21. So they were putting on their beanies and all that. I'm going to get this niggers out there. I'm going to get that nigger, boy. We're going to go out there. We're going to throw some bleach here. Hand me my scarf, Jethro. I'm going to put my scarf on. I'm going to go get that boy. And them two white sons of bitches rode out there in that snowstorm, and they found that nigger. And they said, "Hey, you're the faggot who's on that TV show." And they went over there and started a kicking on him. And they took a rope and they tied her hair, boy, and they tied a rope around his neck like a noose, because all white people know how to tie nooses. Well, I mean, it wasn't really a rope. It was more like a shoestring. But that's not the point, man. Don't get tripped up by these stupid facts. And they tied it around his neck, and they poured that bleach on him, even though bleach freezes at 18 degrees and it was minus 21. Anyway, they poured the bleach on him, kicked him around and punched him a little bit. He had a little puffy eye. And I bet you those two white boss hog, racist, Sig Highland sons of bitches came from that right-wing extremist stronghold in the heart of Chicago. Yeah? No? I don't know. You tell me. If I start lying, make sure you guys type in the comment section, stop. And I will immediately, because I don't want to spread lies here. I don't want to spread mis and disinformation. The dadgum right-wing extremist stronghold in Chicago. That's probably the part of town that gave us Obama. Anywho, BLM leader turns against Dems over racist policies, backs Trump for president. Quote, "We're not stupid." What? The hell, have you guys checked the temperature in hell? Check the sky for pigs. Because hell is frozen and pigs are flying if a member of BLM is supporting Trump. That is something else. So there's the guy there. See if we can find some video of him. I think he did an interview with one of the folks at Fox News, one of the coloreds at Fox News there in New York City. So let's see if I can find it. Loading this stupid ad. Come on. Now, let's not put too much into this. This isn't across the Black Lives Matter company, corporation, organization, collection of thieves, whatever you want to call it. They're not all going to believe this way, but it does carry some weight if you have somebody who's in that organization saying the Dems are bad and I'm voting for Trump. That's quite a leap. Some might call that a 180. Man, what the fuck? I don't care about nobody walking their damn dogs. You know what? Fuck this. I'll find another video. Because the New York Post usually has a video that goes along with the story, but apparently they didn't want to do that. Okay, here we go. Might be a better chance of getting a video out of this one. Come on, damn it. Another stupid ad. Okay. Okay, got a video. Okay, here we go. Got it. Okay, so let me share this with you so you can hear this from the BLM horse's mouth.
Used and abused for so long. That party, they don't value our vote. Their policies are basically racist policies, and I believe it's a racist party. Donald Trump he's the opposite. He's going to tell you how it is. He's going to give it to you straight. Trump has done more for the Black community than any president I can think of in my lifetime.
What?
And he's not alone in his criticism. President Biden faces dismal approval numbers among Black voters in key swing states. Joining us now, the co-founder of Black Lives Matter Rhode Island, Mark Fisher. Mark, thanks so much for joining the program. This is my favorite story of the day because it identifies with what I've seen in the barbershop. All the brothers, for some reason right now, are turning tides right now. And I just wonder, what is the big reason?
I think personally, it's the duplicity of the Democrats, the hypocrisy. We're not stupid. The brothers are not stupid. We understand when someone's for us and when someone is not. And it's obvious that the Democratic Party is not for us.
Yeah, I can't.
Their policies actually strike at the heart of the Black family and the nuclear family.
So what do you think, even in his own BLM organization, what do you think they're going to call him? Uh-oh.
Yeah, so, you were a part of Black Lives Matter. You founded it there. And now you're saying, you're not saying the entire Republican Party, you're saying Donald Trump. So what is it about Donald Trump? Is it the economics? You noted the Black family. What is it going to take for him to shore up this support amongst Black voters?
Well, I just think that it's going to take information. A lot of people are misinformed. They don't really understand because they don't educate themselves on Donald Trump as a person and his history. But if they do that, and it's going to take, leaders, educated leaders, getting the word out there, I think that it'll happen on its own and it'll be organic because personally, I love the man. I mean, how could you not if a real man, how could you not relate to someone like that?
Yeah, he watches every morning, so I'm sure he's cheering as you're saying this. We looked at some of the polls for Trump over Biden in the battleground states. In 2020, it was 8%. Now in 2023, he has 22%. And that's just not Black men. So the election is right around the corner. If you had the opportunity to talk to the former president, I'm sure he's watching right now, what would you tell him?
Call me on my cell phone, man. I'll stop for Trump.
Mark, I'm fascinated by you. Why did you end up leaving Black Lives Matter? Or are you still affiliated with it?
No, I'm still affiliated with it all day. Because the thing about it is my message that I preach and that I tout is unity. It's a message of unity. It's unity driven. I want to bring together all the marginalized groups from the margins and bring them to the center because we're stronger together as a one nation indivisible under God.
Yeah. Mark Fisher, I think all Americans can go with a message of unity. We thank you so
much. So is that a crack in the facade of BLM? Will we see more of this? Is this a chink in their armor? Jericho, you can't say that anymore. It's 2023. You know what the fuck I mean. Are we going to see more of this? I don't know. I hope so. Ken H. Sr., the rats are abandoning the ship and jumping on the bandwagon. It sure looks like it. I wish all of them would. I wish, everybody's not going to have their shit together and believe the right thing, but I hope enough. Because without the black vote, the Democrats cannot survive. If black folks continue to take the path of this man, and he said, I'm still in BLM, I'm still doing, whatever, he's pushing his message of unity or whatever, but you can't keep voting for the Democrat Party because every time they kick you in the teeth, and then here you come to the ballot box spitting your teeth out, and you still check that box. And when you turn around, they kick you in your teeth again. Fellas, let's say every time you went over to this girl's house, or whatever girl you're in love with, and she opens the door, every time she opens the door, she kicks you in your balls. I mean hard. Like she kicked you so hard in your balls, like her foot hit your taint and your nuts went on either side of her foot. Like she booted you, she Pele'd you in your balls. How many times are you going to go over there? Every time the swelling goes down and your balls are their normal size again, you go back to her house and you ring the doorbell, and she opens the doorbell and then blasts you in your nuts again. How many times are you going to do that? How many times are you going to do that before it's not even their fault anymore? You're a dumbass for continually showing up for this abuse. Come on. How many times? How many hundreds of years are you going to put up with this shit? Tina Turner's looking at him like, damn, even I woke up and whooped Ike Turner's ass. Come on, man. Get your shit together. Look at Trump's policies. Look how life was when he was in office. Damn all that racist bullshit. What did your bank account look like? Kim, Iowa. She says, if you go back, if you keep going back, there might be something wrong with you and other parts. Yeah. You look back far enough, we were all fucking up. We were all doing something terrible in history. All of us. Our people, our groups. How do you think the slaves got on the damn ship? You think the white man was going out there in the fucking jungle, brother? They couldn't. And it wasn't a matter of logistics, but they couldn't figure out the landscape. It was disease. If they went into Africa without being vaccinated or inoculated, they were going to die. So they had to wait at the shores. They had to wait at the slave auctions and these big areas they had where they housed the slaves. They had to wait there. So the Africans who were indigenous to that area had to catch the slaves and bring them to the slave buyers. The evil white man couldn't go into Africa. He would die. They don't tell you that. They totally exonerate the Africans. Somehow, some way, these African slaves just ended up in the slave auctions and were thrown on these boats. That was a business. You watch that stupid ass movie, Woman King. There's some truth in there. But the tribe that she belonged to was one of the most feared tribes in that area because they were steady conquering and enslaving people. And do you think they caught all those slaves and sold them all to the Arabs and the white man and the fucking Jews? No, they kept some for themselves. Wait, Jericho, are you saying that Africans had other African slaves? Yeah, of course they did. I was just looking today. I rewatched that footage of Don Cheadle finding out his 23andMe results that his family was owned by Chickasaw Indians. Well, how the fuck is that possible, Jericho? All the Indians were herded into the middle of the country by those crafty white people. The Pilgrims came over here with crates of Jack Daniels in silver and turquoise and diseased blankets. What do you mean? How did the Indians have slaves when they were on reservations as soon as the white man got here? Well, then that means they weren't on reservations. That means they were fighting and thriving to have slaves. Poor people didn't have slaves. Poor people did not have slaves. You had to have money to own people. And whether you were Indian or you were white or you were black, yes, there were black slave owners too. So everybody did it. Everybody. Anywho, I have to go take Junior to soccer practice. He's in a tournament. He's in a tournament this weekend, 4 games. So we'll be there from like 9 in the morning to like 2 in the afternoon. He has a 4-game tournament for soccer. So he has to practice today. And then tomorrow we'll be going back to boxing. Yesterday was his first class in boxing. He did good. He did good. I got to get him a rope, some hand wraps, because they jump rope every day. And so I wanted him to practice at home, but he did good. He was hitting the little speed bag. And he's, small. He's thin and muscular. So the sit-ups and stuff they had to do and the crab walks and all that stuff were super easy for him. So that's great. But he had a good time, and we're going back tomorrow. But yeah, he has practice today and then tournament on Saturday. So, daddy duty. I said duty. And I'm glad to do it. These are precious moments. Those of you with kids, who are adults or whatever, teenagers, you know how it is. One day, Dad, you're the greatest. The next day, could I use your car keys? So I'm cherishing these moments. I thank you guys for being here. I thank you for your time, your questions, your comments, your super chats, everything. Thank you for being here, because it would be pretty shitty if I was just here by myself talking to no one. So I appreciate you guys being here. Tonight, 6 p.m., I pinned the damn link, so there's like no excuses. 6 p.m., Double Impact. Myself, Gabe, Shant. We are breaking down scene by scene true lies. I hope to see you there. DMW 24/7. Yeah, man, it's great because, and I mentioned this yesterday. I don't know if you heard it, but I want my son to have confidence. I do not want him to be scared. I do not want him to be scared of some fucking bully, some kid picking on him. I want him to have the confidence, even if he loses. I want him to have the confidence to put his dukes up and handle his fucking business. That's what I want for him. That's what I want for my daughter. Confidence. So this is how we're going to get it. Thank you, guys. You were great. I was great. So that means that we were great. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share to my new channel, Green's House. Also, our other new channel, tomorrow's Thursday, I'll be hanging out with my man Gion on Stop the Fuckery. Make sure you find those channels you like, subscribe, and share. I thank you very much. And remember, guys, as much as you might want to, as much as they make you want to, as much as they say stupid shit, all you want to do is back your hand up and slap taste from their mouth. Don't do this to the leftists.